Welcome back to All About the Alternative. A couple of days ago you saw me open and unbox a UV resin kit that you can make different projects with. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a coaster, and hopefully that will be something that I can use for projects. And just using something that I found isn't even a silicone thing, so I'm going to show you how I do that. So of course I'm going to be using the UV resin. This UV resin, and hopefully it'll actually show on camera here. And of course sometimes this camera just doesn't pick up wording. I apologize for that. Okay, so I'm going to put on some trusty gloves because we don't want to use this product without gloves, so always make sure you do that. So that's always important. So I'm going to put my gloves on. Always good to have a package of these type of gloves around. You never know when you might want to use it for any purpose. So of course today I'm using them for that. So there's my gloves. Okay, so we have our little pot that we can use. And of course I'm using it on a silicone mat. So if it does get on the mat, it can easily be cleaned up. And so we have our resin, and I'm going to be using this for the mold to make a coaster. Okay, and the color that I'm going to use is gray purple. That can be seen there. Okay, and so I just have this on here for a moment so that we can move it around easy enough when we're putting on the silicone, because there's nothing to hang on to. Okay, so it's really not that difficult to do, actually. This is a very easy project to work with. So all we have to do is let's get our little mixture stir stick here, and we open it up and we put into the little pot here our mixing. So I put a little bit more in there because this is a bigger coaster, and a bit more than that actually. So we're just going to put it in there. We'll see if we need more in a moment. But then I take my mica powder. And I've shown this several times, how the mica powder, but I'll probably show a picture there of what the mica powder is. So we just take a little bit of this coloring, and we're going to put it into with the silicone, with the UV resin actually. And then we take that and stir it up. Give that a little more light. Hopefully that helps out a little bit more there. So we're just going to mix it up. This is kind of a pearlesque purple, I think. It's a very pearly purple. Then we have to add a little bit more to it because it does seem like it might need it. So we've done that. And then we're going to pour it into this mold. Try to get as much of it as we can. We don't want to leave any of it behind because we want to use that for the whole project. So I'm going to just move it around a little bit. This also gets out the any bubbles that might have formed inside of it. and it's also self-leveling, so it will just level out on its own. So put it all through. Just like that. This is the first time I'm using this method too, so we're going to find out together whether this is going to work or not. So we're doing it all on camera. Fill up all your crevices, make sure it's very smooth, very even. And it's okay if it has a little bit of a pattern kind of thing going on, because that'll actually make it kind of different too. And we're just going to add a little bit more of the resin. Just like that. And give it a mix with the coloring. It'll mix in if you're adding in more of the resin. It'll mix in with your color, as long as it hasn't hardened yet. So you see I'm just moving it all around, getting it all evened in. Just like that. So everything is all covered. And we can even make a little bit of a pattern on it if we like as well. So if there's something we want to shape it to be, then we can do that too. Okay. So I'm just going to take a little thing here to set my, my stir stick on. And then we're going to take off that as well. So we don't want that in when we're hardening it. So we take this away, just like that. And now, and we'll just kind of clean up the area here. So we just use some rubbing alcohol on a cloth or on a cotton pad. We'll clean up your area, just like so. If there's any that falls onto your mat, you can take it off with the rubbing alcohol as well. It'll all come off. And now we put this there. And of course this is the light that it came with. So we're going to turn that on, just like that. And we're going to bring it down onto the item just for a moment, like this. So we can see it like that. So it'll actually start hardening it a little bit faster because it's directly right on it. And then we slowly move it up and go like this. So you can see underneath there that it's right underneath the light. Just move it under there a little bit more, I guess. And this gives about a 1 minute or 150 seconds, I guess, as far as it goes. So you can do it twice if it's not ready enough. So there's that as well. And so that's basically how it works. And it's actually the same method is actually this view here that I'm using just in this part of my desk is just an extension of my desk. And I may just wind up doing some of the other demonstrations using this method as well. So hopefully you can give me a like and a subscribe on that to let me know if that's a way I can demonstrate things, because this is my extended part is how I planned to do that in the first place. So I'm going to be doing that in the future, so I can just demonstrate and show what I'm working on right here. So hopefully that'll go over well. And we're just waiting for the light to turn off, which tells us that it's done. And then we'll pull it out. So we may have to do it twice. So we'll just see what happens. So bear with me here. It's doing quite well. So yeah, so I'm going to do some other projects. If there's some color you'd like to see, or some version of this you'd like to see, just let me know. So it is all hardened up in here, and all we have to do is just take this, a handy dandy scraper. Oh, it's not done all the way through, so that's okay. We just turn it over and we put it back on again and let it go again first, so it does the other side. Now this is actually good because it's clear all the way through for the mold, which is very helpful for this type of resin, so it can do both sides. If not, what I would do is I would take it out of the mold and then redo the other side without the mold being there, because obviously the bottom's already going to be hard. So I found some other things as well. So I found some other ways to use this product on as well. So it's going to be interesting doing some other little projects and stuff. I'm making a coaster here, so I guess we're going to find out how that if it works. And it looks like it's doing quite well, actually. So you can be able to put your drink on it, and you know, maybe make some up for some parties or something, and hand them out to everybody at the party, and have everybody enjoying that as well. So that'll be fun. There's all kinds of little projects you can do, and there's all kinds of molds you can purchase from, like you can go from Amazon. Anything silicone will work on it. So I found something else, actually. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I found this thing, little pots to mix with. I actually found in Canadian Tire, I found these little mixing pots. So they're actually supposed to be for if you have condiments in that. So if you have ketchup and mustard or something somewhere, you can use them for that. But apparently, I see these because they're silicone. You can use them to mix your colorings with, and stuff like that. So there you go. There's another option, unless it comes from Canadian Tire, but you'll probably find it in a kitchenware store, maybe in Walmart as well. I haven't checked if it's in Amazon, but it probably is too. I'm sure, because everything is basically available on Amazon too. I just happened to have a lucky find that I just happened to be passing it in Canadian Tire, and there it was. So I found that interesting. Yeah, and you can like make all kinds of things with this. So there's letters and numbers you can add in. So you do the lettering first, like I did in the other video, in the live, and then you just add them in as you need to. So that one's done. So just put that aside. And I found that light does get very, very hot. So we're just going to kind of give this a little bit of a touch around the sides here so we can open it up. And may have to give it a little bit of a push because it's filled up all those little areas and all the little side bits here. So we're just going to give it a push inside there. And bring it out. And we can fix it up a little bit. If you have something that, like a nail file or some sandpaper, I'm just going to use this nail file actually, just to bring it down a little bit off the edge. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It can be a metal one or just like sand. These ones are just like sandpaper, so you can use that. Just to bring off the edges a little bit there. And then you take your handy dandy little cloth things, your little bit of your rubbing alcohol, and just kind of go over it with the rubbing alcohol so it'll smooth it up a little bit so it's not sticky or anything like that. And because sometimes it can come off, it's a little bit sticky. There you go. And either direction, you can put it in this way and use it for a drink holder, a coaster, or you can put it this way and use it as a coaster. So, like I said, you can use anything. This was a lid from a package. So I saw it and said, okay, well, you know, that is actually silicone as well. It is very silicone. It's a more of it's a little more closer to a plastic, but it is actually silicone. And you can just put it in and do the exact same thing, and you've got yourself a coaster. And as I am the alternative, I use something that is unconventional to make my project with. Instead of having to purchase something from Amazon, I found that and made my own coaster with it. So there you go. So, like I said, if you can give me a like and subscribe, you want to give me a comment down below if you like this type of project and would like to see more of projects like this. And hopefully you can give me a subscribe on that as well. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.